In this and the following lessons, we will learn database programming in PHP. First, we will discuss the generic steps for database programming in PHP, and then we will make an application for practicing database programming in PHP. The steps involved for database programming is, first of all, we will have to establish a connection with the database. Once the connection is established successfully, we will send SQL queries to database from the PHP language. Now the PHP has divided SQL queries into two categories, the select queries and the insert, update and delete queries. If the query is a select query, which means it will return records or a single record or a scalar value, we will receive the record in a 2D array variable. Then we will loop over the array variable to read or process one record at a time. When we are done processing all the records in the array, we will free the memory occupied by the 2D array variable. We will repeat step 2 as many times as required in our PHP page. And when we are done with all database tasks, we will disconnect from the database server. Now to practice this database programming, we will create a shopping cart application, and this is the ER diagram for the shopping cart application. We have a categories table. Each category has a number of products, so we have a product table, and a customer can order products online, so we have an order table and an order detail table. To start with, we will create CRUD pages. We will create CRUD pages for the category table. Here is the flow of CRUD pages for category table. We have to make these CRUD pages for product table, order table and order detail table. So we have a view category page. The view category page will display list of all the categories from the categories table. It has a link to add a new category in the database, and this category list has links to delete category and update category pages. We will start with the add category page and save category pages, and then we will move on to delete category page, edit and update category page, and at the end we will create the view category page. And once we are done with the view category page, we will make little adjustments in the save category, delete category and update category page. So let's start with the add category page and save category page. But before making these pages, we have to create actual database on the basis of this ER diagram. So here is the SQL file that will create the database by the name shop, and then we will create the category table. We will create these tables later on. So to create the shop database and the category table in that database, we will open up the browser and go and start the PHP MyAdmin application. I will here is the PHP MyAdmin section. We can either go to databases tab and create a new database by typing its name here. So shop. Now see, we have a shop database here. It is already selected. Now I want to create a table. I can either create a table by clicking on this button, but I will use the SQL tab and copy paste the SQL command to create table. Create table category. It has 4 fields: category ID, which is an integer, auto increment field, category name, category description, and the image for that category. Now the table is successfully created, and here is the category table. This is the structure of the table: category ID, name, description, image. And if we click on the browse button, it will show us all the records. Right now the table is empty, so we are not seeing any record here. Now we will move on to our pages. So add category page has an HTML form in it. It's a HTML5 page, and the form will use the post method to send ahead to the save category page when the user will press the submit button. It has 2 text boxes, one to get the value of category name and the other one to get the value of category description. We will see how to receive image and how to process image later on. So right now this is a simple HTML form. It will only receive the name, the category name and category description from the user. So the input type is text. The text box name is name. Its size is 30. It means its visual appearance is around 30 characters wide, and the maximum number of characters that we can enter in this text box is 50 characters. And description is a text area. It's a multi-line text box. Its name is description. It has 5 rows and 40 columns, and at the end we have a submit button. Now when the user will submit this form, the browser will send its data to save category page on the server. So this is the save category page. The initial part, I have only started the HTML tag. In the head tag I have written shop, and the body tag there is a heading by the name new category, and then in the PHP tag I have written all the code to receive the form data, to establish connection with the database, to send the SQL query to the database server, and then to close connection once the insert query is executed. So because we will receive only 2 values from the user, name and description, this name and this description. So in this line I have received name and saved it in the name variable in PHP, and in this line I have received the description from the user's computer or the browser, and I have saved the description variable in the PHP language or in the PHP page. On line 14 I have established a connection with the database. So this is the syntax. The PHP command to establish connection is mysqli connect. We have to pass it 4 parameters. The first one is the name or the IP address of the server. In our case it is localhost. Then the username for the database server, the password for the database server, and the name of the database. The name of the database is shop, we have just created. If this connection is successfully established, the connection ID will be saved in this variable which I have named $con. On line 16 I will save the insert query into a variable. So it is insert into category, name and description values $name $description, because name and description are text field in the database, so that's why I have written them in single quotes. Now the line number 18 will send the query in this variable, which is $query, to this connection, which is actually the shop database, which represents the shop database server. Now if the query is fine, if there is no error in it, the query will be sent to the database server, executed, the record will be saved in the database, and we will move on to the next line. And then, because this is the only database task I have to perform in this page, we will close the connection from the database server, and at the end we will display this message, record successfully saved, and the page will close. Just for your information, I have not written any error checking code to keep the thing simple and straight. Now let's check these two pages. I have saved these pages in the database in the web server folder. In my case, its name is public. If you are using XAMPP, this folder will be htdocs folder in the XAMPP folder. So this is the shop database. So this is the folder by the name shop, and I have saved these pages in the shop folder. Now to check it, we will write localhost shop and add category.php. So let's enter a name. Let's press the save button. Record successfully saved. Now let's check this out and see this record has been saved in the database server. Category ID 1 is assigned because in the auto increment field, name is laptop, description is laptop of all major brands. So in the next lesson we will learn how to make the delete page and the edit page. Thank you.